It is week 2 of the Prep Sports Report on Lakeshore Public Television. Tonight, some red-hot high school basketball to check out, Wayne, and some big games this weekend.
And some double headers this weekend. I like that girls and boys at one time. You get to see 2 good games like that.
Kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah, I like that JV stuff.
Right. Hey, you used to coach JV.
I know.
Yeah. All right, we'll be back with the Prep Sports Report right after this on Lakeshore Public Television. All right, week 2, Wayne, of the Prep Sports Report, ready to look back at some high school basketball from last week. And we were just chatting, and I wanted to point out Michigan City had a great weekend.
They did.
A couple of big wins, upsetting Crown Point and beating Penn on Saturday. And they kind of had been struggling a little bit. This is kind of a time of year where teams can start putting it together, improving, and making some big improvement. I think Crown Point will be one of those teams down the line that starts playing a lot better as well, like they did last year later in the season. But Michigan City got things turned around at least for a weekend.
Kudos for them. This is the time, like you said, that the team's got to step up and make that transition. And the schedule for Crown Point is a good one this week.
Yeah,
they've got
Lowell
at Griffith, and they've got Maryville. So it'll test them today.
Right. All right, let's check out some highlights. Let's start off with some girls. One of those girls-boys doubleheader on Friday night, Wayne, was Chesterton at Maryville. And you were even in the stands.
I was in the stands for this, and I'll tell you, Maryville the girls here played very, very well. And,
they did.
You
Alexis Sherrills right there, and Erica McClinton coming up. Obviously, Maryville lost the big girl to Michigan State. Graduation.
Gaines.
But they have rebuilt around their point guard and some more quickness, although Chesterton scoring there, Haley Vale and Shannon McCoy with a layup. Kira Thompson, though, from the baseline.
I was really impressed with this Alicia Jackson. I think we got a highlights coming up here for her, from Maryville. She really played very well, shot the ball well. And look at that defense. I mean, that full court pressure there. This time, Maryville did a nice job of breaking that press.
You see in the girls' game so much full court pressure that helped Lake Central win the game last night against Westside. We'll see highlights of that big girls' game here coming up. Nice baseline corner shot. Scoring inside as the Trojans. These 2 teams could meet again down the road in the postseason.
That's right. Maryville's quickness just really was difficult for Chesterton to handle. Nice pass inside, took it right at the Chesterton.
Miracle Akins scoring. Yeah. Courtney Kroll down the baseline for 2.
Nice job.
Another good driver of the goal.
They just took it right at Chesterton there.
Well, when you miss the steal, things could get ugly.
Yes. Nice pass inside. Good look.
And that was Courtney Kroll for Chesterton there, and the Pirates did win on Friday night in the first game over Chesterton. Then the boys' game was an outstanding ball game as well, Wayne.
I thought Chesterton played very well against Maryville. Maryville is, ranked in the state, and they're outstanding. They've had a lot of good teams that they have played and beaten, but boy, oh boy, I was impressed with Rice Lewis. He started out slow scoring-wise, but they had other kids, Weber step up, Yagelski, a name that we've talked about in past years. This is the young Yagelski, and he can shoot the basketball. He really can. I just thought that, Chesterton had the lead in certain parts in the second half, But Maryville really started to put it together, and I'll tell you, I was really impressed with your star, Jared Stevens.
I spent most of the show last week telling you about Jared Stevens.
Oh, jeez. He had a sky dunk that was amazing.
Let's check it out. Let's go to some of the highlights of Chesterton and Maryville boys. Yeah, this one, this dunk you'll see coming up. It kind of set the. It went viral, Wayne.
You know, and Lewis had an excellent second half, boy, and Chesterton was right there. Maryville's pressure kind of got to them, but I commend Coach Peller and his team because they really played Maryville well.
Bryce Lewis,
This is Yagelski right here, going to the hole.
Palambisio put it back. Another Palambisio.
Yes.
Maryville did not score a lot of points, so here's Malik McMillan off the glass.
I think both teams had like 2 or 4 points in the first quarter. I thought I was in the wrong gym.
There's Janae Jackson there from downtown. He has shot it well from deep for Maryville. And here comes the guy there.
Right there. Bam!
Wow.
It brought the crowd up on that one.
Jairus Stevens with the tip jam. That brought them to their feet. And then Rice Lewis is going to try to answer here on the layup. There's Stevens again, who's had such a sensational start to the year. There's another beautiful drive. Marcel Cherry, their point guard, who has been really good for the Pirates.
He came off the bench and played really well, really motivated that team.
Nice drive to the lane.
There's
Rice.
a nice tip in for Rice Lewis. This is a very good game to watch, I'll tell you.
Wow. Long
That's
three by
Yagelski
Ray
also.
Yagelski there. Nice stroke. Out of the corner, Maryville's got some guys that can shoot with Cherry and with Jackson. They're really not a team this year you can pack it in against all the time.
No, not whatsoever. And this kid can shoot the lights out.
The
Rice
controversial
Lewis.
rankings last week, Wayne. Maryville number 2, beautiful drive there by DeLosa. Maryville number 2 in the Prep Sports Report poll, also number 2 in Class 4A in Indiana.
Uh-huh.
And Lawrence got beat last night by Southport. So if Maryville takes care of business this weekend, they could be the number 1 team in the state in 4A. And, of course, Griffith already. Griffith's got a tough weekend.
They have 2 tough
Lowell
games.
and Crown Point. So, but Maryville and Griffith could both be number 1 in the state next week if they can get things done winning-wise this weekend. But some great highlights. Hey, guys, you need to rack that up and play that again later with that tip dunk by
Excellent highlights.
Mr. Stevens. All right, how about some Tuesday night hoops coming up? Overrated Hammond High taking on Portage. Let's go to the highlights, Wayne. I'm sorry I have to call out the Purple Gang.
Wow. I mean, you're tough on them.
Hey, you got to call them as you see them. They haven't played the schedule that maybe some teams have. And they got smacked around by the Portage Indians.
Downtown, nice shot.
Taylor Moe showing the left-handed three-point shot.
Cooper is outstanding. And I think that Portage, you can't take anything away from Portage. I think they played very, very well here. Now this probably, if you ask Coach Snodgrass, this is probably the best they've played all year.
Well, somebody needs to get out there on Cooper and stop that.
Well, they play that 2-3 zone, but that's their tradition. They play man too, but Hammond, really gets after the guards out there in the 2-3. This nice inside move right here.
You cannot go to sleep on the deck. That's Xavier Harmon for Hammond scoring. Wayne, you can't go to sleep on the deck, but Portage with the win over Lowell already this year, and now taking out previously overrated Hammond.
Nice downtown three there.
That was Cooper again, I think.
Yeah, maybe Bates.
That must have been Justin Bates knocking down the 3-ball. We got to get some better scouting reports.
Yeah.
I see way too many wide open threes being shot and going in.
Other teams have to have scouting reports.
Yeah.
We really don't have to have them.
I'm trying to help the teams out by letting them know that they need some better scouting reports.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be this many wide open threes being made.
I would agree with you.
Right?
I agree with you, yes.
Yeah. 53-38 for Portage as they knock off Hammond High on Tuesday night. Then what was probably the game, there were some great games this weekend, but maybe the game of the week was last night over in St. John.
My goodness, what a game that was.
Lake Central did everything they needed to do to win that game. They held Dana Evans to 43.
Yes, they held her to 43.
Well, hey, you know, if she'd have busted out for 51, they might have won.
That's right. That's right.
They fouled her out of the game, right?
Right, and give credit to Lake Central. Not only did they follow her out, but they came back from a 19-point deficit to win that game.
That game was over, it looked like.
Oh, jeez.
And Westside had lost to East Chicago last week.
Yes.
So they're not, I know Coach Fisher said he doesn't feel that they're in mid-season form or rocking on all cylinders, but let's go to Lake Central for the big one, Westside and once beaten LC. Rachel Bell and
Vicky Gard
getting it done so far this year, Wayne. But like you said, they were down 19 Wednesday night.
Boy, it was a nice try. Evans is just unbelievable.
Yes.
You know, you watch this and she just...
she can go off the dribble. She had a pretty good Wednesday. She had 43, and earlier in the day, she was taking pictures with Magic Johnson. So...
nice move there.
I'm sure Magic would have liked to see these highlights because, you know, to let him know that he was standing next to some basketball royalty. Look at that.
Look at this.
The goal
Quickness, body control.
Just a junior, right?
Yeah.
And there's Vicky Gard from downtown.
And Lake Central is just so balanced. That's the key there.
They are. Very balanced team.
And, you know, if they're not shooting the basketball well from outside, which they like to do, they'll go inside. They'll just pound the ball, and that's one of the ways they came back.
Tenacious defense. Oh, through a few defenders.
She's too fast.
Yeah.
She's too fast.
Well, I mean, they helped. It didn't help. It didn't matter. I mean, she beat Rachel Bell, and they helped, and it really she hung, and it really didn't, you know.
That's right.
But LC's got some warriors as well.
Yes, they do.
Beautiful drive to the goal there. Turned up the defense, down 19.
Another big three.
Refusing to lose on the home court. Beautiful shot. I think that might have been cheers from downtown. Westside still playing.
Nice break there. Good look.
Player short. Yeah, this was, from an entertainment standpoint, it's not like either one of thee teams tried to slow it down.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
And this could just be the introduction, Wayne,
right.
the epilogue.
The precursor to the real battle.
Yeah, exactly. But East Chicago could have something to say about that.
Oh, yeah.
EC, Westside, and LC all in the same sectional. Another beautiful steal again. What great defensive anticipations there by Rachel Bell. And they win by 5, coming back from 19 down. And as we said, Dana Evans, 43 points. Tremendous, but fouled out, I think, with about 3 minutes to go, which was obviously one of the determining factors, although I think Lake Central had come back all the way and tied the game. Had tied the game at that point when she fouled out. So that was a tremendous girls basketball game, just like the old days when we used to have some great girls basketball games at a very high level. All right, we're going to go to a timeout. When we come back, we'll have the polls. Maybe we'll see that J.R. Stevens dunk one more time. I'm rooting for that. The boys and girls poll next on Prep Sports Report.
To find out more about prep basketball and other winter sports, find us on Facebook.
Watch full episodes and share your fan experience with Prep Sports Report.
in the promo, Mr. Jefferson and East Chicago lost to Rock Island
Yes, they did.
in one of those wacky playing in Illinois school games.
Right. Right. They sure did. Yes.
How about some players of the week, Wayne?
Okay, let's start out with the girls players of the week, and
Yeah, we had some big-time performances.
we really did. Taylor Steele for Highland had 19 points for Hobart, but we can't forget Dana Evans. Now I believe that they just played Wednesday, so I didn't get
Last
a chance
night, right?
to that.
43.
43 for Dana Evans, so she's in there. And boys, Jake Kaselke, we've talked about him last year.
Right.
Morgan, 27, 15 rebounds against Rensselaer.
I think their big game was snowed out against Boone Grove.
Yeah.
Over the weekend
Yeah.
too.
And we can't forget about
No.
your person, your man,
Eugene
German. Wow, 51 against La Lemire. People may not know about La Lemire. They're a small college high school
Exactly,
team.
they are.
They're
a national
amazing.
power
Yeah,
type of prep school.
that's right.
They're really a prep school. I think they got 2 or 3 7-footers.
Yes,
But they obviously couldn't chase Eugene German
that's
out
right.
there.
That's right.
Who went off for 51 Tuesday night, even though they lost by 10.
Yeah.
It's 81-71, but 51 of the 71, Wayne, he scored for. He's, of course, the leading scorer in the state as a junior last year.
Yeah.
Might be headed that way again this year.
Unknown people. We got the girls unknown, and this is a freshman. Sophia Nolan from Marion Catholic had a double-double.
Or Marquette
Okay,
Catholic.
or Marquette Catholic, I'm sorry, over Hanover Central. And you got Max Clemens from South Central,
Yeah.
35 versus Hebron.
In the overtime win.
Yep.
That avenged a big loss last year by South Central to Hebron. All right, time now for the boys' top 10 for this week in high school basketball.
Hey, we start out here with Bowman, or Hammond High, I'm sorry, at number 10. It was
Hammond High, who's
7-3.
going to be exiting the poll, I believe, soon.
Let's get a couple more wins.
Yeah.
You've got Bowman there at 6-5. Chesterton, Crown Point, Lowell 11-2.
Big weekend for
Big
them.
weekend for them. Yes, a showcase weekend.
Griffith Friday and
I can't remember
who
who
they got?
No, Crown Point.
Crown
is
Point
Griffith,
plays Griffith
yeah,
Saturday.
right.
Okay.
But you've got LaPorte playing very well. LC 9-4.
LaPorte, LaPorte
right.
really good.
And look at Maryville 11-0. And people say, why aren't they number 1?
That's what they're saying.
So here we
The
have
Mass Chorus is saying that.
Griffith is 11-0, and they are number 2 in the state.
Well, and Griffith with a big weekend, obviously.
Yeah, we'll see.
They've got a good Lowell team, and then a very talented Crown Point team who, although Crown Point's got Maryville Friday night, Maryville's got Munster on Saturday night.
Right.
So a big weekend for both Griffith and Maryville with back-to-backs. So
Right, and the
big,
girls, somebody was telling me about Oregon Davis. Well, they are smoking people. They're number 10, and I'll tell you, you look at Morton, there's a surprise. 13-3, playing very well.
they had a good offseason.
Yes, they did. They sure did. Boy, you
Hanover's
tell it.
playing well.
They are. East Chicago is playing well, 13-5. That's going to be a tremendous sectional.
It is.
With Lake Central, East
It
Chicago,
really
West
is.
Side.
LaPorte has reloaded.
Yes, they have, even though they lost their
They
star.
lost a couple
That's
stars.
right.
Yeah.
And the side, you can't count them out.
No,
They have 4
very
losses.
good.
You can't count them
No,
out.
I'm not gonna, because
All right.
they've got maybe
And
the
look at Lake Central there,
LC still
18-1.
come off and had a nice road win against LaPorte.
Yeah.
The boys team had a nice road win against
Yes,
LaPorte.
they did.
To
Yes,
double
they
that
did.
up in the girls-boys doubleheader.
I
So,
think somebody predicted that.
Yeah, I know.
But
I was shocked by that, and it happened. How about the little 5 on the
Little
boys'
5.
side? Somehow, 21st Century Charter got excluded.
yes.
Rated 7th in the state in
I don't
1A.
know how that happened, but we'll fix that.
All right, good.
Morgan playing well. Boone 7-1, have a big game this week. The Township, Washington 8-2, Catholic playing well, and South Central playing well.
Yeah, I was interested in that Morgan Boone game. Can I get rescheduled? And then on the girls' side, a little 5, Wayne.
Hey, you've got the Forest playing very well. The Ingots are doing a nice job this year. Morgan at 12-5, Lacrosse 11-5, South Central, and then Lighthouse with
Lighthouse
11-5.
girls are having a good year.
Yes, they are.
All righty, time for side by side. We have no problem finding games this week
No,
to look
sir.
at.
That's
a couple
right.
of dandies tomorrow night.
Yep.
Let's start first with Lowell and Griffith.
Okay, we've got the boys side by side, and this one I kind of picked over the Crown Point and Griffith game. I think Crown Point and Griffith is going to be a good one.
Lowell Griffith is going to be a conference matchup.
Game. That's right. And Griffith is playing very well. Lowell is going to have to find a way to contain the Murphys. If Anthony or Trammell get off and get 27, Lowell's going to have a tough time.
And Lowell's going to have to shoot it well from the perimeter.
Yes.
But also Mr. Irvin for Griffith has had an outstanding year.
Yes, he has.
With the basketball, shooting, driving, he can get it done as well.
And their point guard, Shield, I believe it is, has played very well. They've got a lot of people back
They've
from
got
last
some
year's
balance
tournament.
now.
Yes. And I think right now they've really adjusted to playing the teams that they have to with a lot of intensity. That's a key for Griffith.
Lowell's going to need some balanced scoring as well. They can't just rely on Manis.
They have to make sure that they keep this Mannix off the board. Griffith does, because he really plays well inside. Lowell's going to have to shoot a nice percentage.
Yeah, they are going to have to shoot it.
Yeah.
Maybe if Griffith does press him, may have to get some easy baskets.
Yeah, that's
as well
right.
Too.
Beat the press.
All right. How about the other side by side? One of the great rivalries in boys high school basketball. Crown Point coming off a tough loss at Michigan City. They would love nothing more than to knock off undefeated Maryville and stop them from possibly being #1 in the state.
I really think that maybe Crown Point was looking ahead in Michigan City.
Something.
Because they're better than that. And Hannah Albrecht is really a good talent.
Yeah.
Maryville's going to have to control her. Maryville cannot turn the ball over.
Oh, we're talking about the girls' game.
Yep.
I thought we were talking about the boys' game.
No, this is the this is the girls.
I thought Coach Swan was getting Hannah out there for him.
You probably put him next to Bonin out there. Yeah. No, this is the girls.
All right.
And a girl for the Crown Point team that I'm really impressed with is Sydney Taylor.
Yeah.
She came out of nowhere.
We saw her last week.
Yep, we did.
Scoring some points.
And she really scored some points.
All righty. Time now for all the picks in high school basketball. Time for Wayne's World. All right, not very good out of the gate on the girls' side.
Not on the girls' side. You're good on the boys, but really horrible on the girls' side. Come on, ladies.
That was a trend last year, I believe.
Yes, it was. LaPorte against Chesterton. I like LaPorte here. I like Valparaiso this week. And I really like Morgan Township over Lacrosse.
All right. Down to a few minutes, so we'll zoom through.
Right. I like Marquette over Andrean. And I really think that the KV is going to take, for girls, Hanover, or Hebron.
I believe so, too.
You got Morton over Hammond, LaPorte over Mishawaka, and I really like KV again.
Yeah, I got to agree with you on all those.
And then for Saturday, I like Lake Central. They're playing so well. And Highland's playing pretty well too over Griffith. For the boys, hey, you've got to go with Hanover Central. I like, this game, Morton is a good team, but I like Hammond. That could be a check mark. I see that coming up. I like Boone over South Central.
You're trying to beat me there. I know you are.
I think you should pick. Come on, Joe. I like Washington. I like. We talked about these. Yes. Let's move on.
You like Lake Central?
I like Lake Central, and then I really like Valpo here.
Trace Ramsey for Valpo was injured to start the year.
Uh-huh.
Kudos to the Vikes. They went down to the home of Hoosiers.
Yes.
And lit it up down there.
Yes, they did.
Trace Ramsey has really added some offense to that team. And LaPorte coming off a tough one. You had LaPorte beating Chesterton, huh?
Yes, I do. I think that those shooters outside are going to make a big statement. I don't know, though. Rice Lewis is he's the real deal. I like, Knoll over River Forest, and I like Whiting over Wheeler. Whiting's having a nice, quiet season this year. For Saturday games, I like the Boone Grove over Portage. Boone is playing very well. Only one loss on the season. You've got Munster and Maryville. You got to go with Maryville. You know, their speed and quickness. And I really like East Chicago over Hammond and Lake Central over Lowell.
Well,
on
did you
Tuesday.
change your Chesterton LaPorte pick?
No, did I take Chesterton? Yes, I did.
You did take, okay.
Yeah, I did.
All right.
Yeah.
I was getting ready to jump on that one.
All right, so what do we got for red check marks?
I gotta go with Morton.
Morton?
Yeah, what the
Okay.
heck? I'm a non-believer.
Nothing for the girls?
I'm a non-believer. And all right, we will see you next Thursday night for another edition of the Prep Sports Report on Lakeshore Public Television.
Captioning for Prep Sports Report provided by Voice to Print Captioning, LLC.